Hello everybody and welcome back to a new video on my YouTube channel. I'm Nicholas and today we're back with a special K-pop mashup reaction. Today it's a special edition of my first time watching, listening and reacting to new K-pop artists. We've done over 50 of those videos already and today we're going to be first time checking out for 2022 K-pop debuts. And these four debuts slash rookies of 2022 are TEMPEST, XG, Classy, and TNX. Maybe some of the names are pronounced differently. We will see about that in a moment. But yeah, I thought of this little special mashup video because well, if one thing is very certain every single year within the K-pop industry, then that you will see new artists debut. The amount of artists within K-pop in general is just probably in the quadra digits, right? Over 1,000 artists are currently active. Some more known than the others, obviously, and therefore there's always a lot of stuff happening. You know, new groups every single year, disbandments every single year. Hard Issue, unfortunately, disbanded just recently, shortly before they even had their first anniversary. You know, was a big fan of them actually. So, you know, there's always new stuff coming in basically within the world of K-pop, and I now decided to check out 4 of those debuts from this year within one video that I either hadn't reacted to yet but wanted to, because yeah, it's always good to give new artists a chance. You know, that's always something I'm generally very open to. That's why I have like mentioned so many first time reactions on this channel. And yeah, I selected these now for specific reasons. Means there are many more artists that debuted this year already that we're not watching within this video. Maybe we will find a time for those at a later date. Maybe we will be doing those when they have their first comeback and we check out their debut and their first comeback and all that kind of stuff. That's all possibilities. For now, I think these 4 are very good choices to react to in this video. And the first one is, like mentioned, TEMPEST. We're doing this now in chronological order, so you know. And TEMPEST is a 6-member boy group under Yuehua Entertainment, how you pronounce it. It's the same company as Everglow. That's generally all I need to know, honestly. Okay, that should definitely already signalize quality for me. We have the members: Hanbin, Hyung Seop, Hyuk, Lew, Lu. Oh, it's actually a 7-member boy group. I'm sorry. Hwarang, Eun-shan, and Tere. As always, I hope I pronounced the names correctly, and obviously, as always, I won't be able to tell who's who, but I wanted to name the names nonetheless. And their numbers are looking really good, honestly, right? March 2nd was a release. They had already seen nearly 18 million views and 421,000 views. That's also views, likes. That's also something always that I look out for before I react to groups, because sometimes there are groups that you may have not heard before, but you see like, oh, they already have 10 million, 50 million views, stuff like that. But then you go to the likes and see, oh, it's like 20, 30k, which isn't little, but indicates, you know, a lot of the views have been influenced by 80s and everything. But like, that's a very solid number in both the views and the likes. So that should speak for quality. That should speak that the debut was probably very successful and very good. So let's make a known opinion of it, okay? Let's get into it. No idea what to expect. I have seriously zero clue about this group at all, about any of the members. So let's stop the talking. Let's start reacting. First time watching, listening, and reacting to TEMPEST and their debut music video, Bad News. Let's check it out. When I read bad news, I do gotta think of Bad News Spirito. I'm afraid I've got some bad news. Half of you did not get that reference, but that's okay. Uh-huh. Ooh, that's a very playful beat right there. Ooh. It has a very playful energy to it. I think the pacing though. Ooh, this pre-chorus though. Ah. Ooh, this is definitely a very fun tune. Second section. We are brand new, okay? Ooh, I'm really digging his flow. Another oh, okay. Like, we can either count this as a third chorus or as an interlude. Works both ways. Ooh. Ooh. He's fire. I love his delivery. That was a cool rap breakdown, but I love this groovy pre-chorus. This song has such a very captivating energy, right? You listen to it and immediately you just get captivated by it so much. You just gotta move yourself to it. For a second, I thought I accidentally. Huh? Ooh, that little riff there. Woo! Here comes now Tempest instead of Bad News, I see. Yo, this is such a refreshing sound though. Like, we usually see a lot of heavy concepts nowadays, so this is a good refreshment. We put that out after the second chorus, now we add it again in the third one to make it, give it that more special feel again. Very well produced right there. Okay. Alright. That is Tempest. Okay. So, that was generally, like, that was my very initial thought on this, even throughout already, right? That this feels like very, very refreshing, and it's like way more lighthearted, yet still, had still a lot of variety in there, right? Like, I think it's generally one thing within K-pop in general at the moment that, the heavier concepts, you know, are quite dominative because these sounds just always usually work. In this one, I wouldn't even call this like very cutesy, right? Like, this wasn't a like bubblegummy type of concept either, right? It was just very upbeat, refreshing, just playful, right? Just a very fun and enjoyable playful time right there. The song itself is from the construction on a very straightforward, you know, a very classic approach with intro, verse, pre-chorus, chorus. We do have, like mentioned, 3 chorus sections here, which is pretty damn cool, you know, which makes the chorus obviously the highlight of the song. You know, the longest portion of the song is the chorus, but it's catchy and melodic enough to not get boring, right? It was just very entertaining. You move yourself to it. That was very, very fun. The rap breakdown in the second part was really, really damn cool. Tempest mass media mashup. I really, really loved his delivery. I really digged his flow, digging hair and everything. Generally, like mentioned, the visual of the music video was totally okay, right? Like, the music video was nothing too mind-blowing anything. It was just a very fun music video. It fit the atmosphere, it fit the energy, it fit the playfulness and everything. But you know, it's nothing too crazy that you'd like really need to pinpoint out, but like, they look great, the performances within it look great, and it was just a fun time, okay? That's really what I can take out of this entire song right now. It's just very, very fun and playful. Just a very, very refreshing energy. Like imagine you put this into a playlist, or like when we make now a 2022 playlist, right? And put songs of 2022 comebacks together, this song will be a very, very bright and refreshing song within that. You know, it's definitely one of the most playful title tracks I've heard this year thus far. And I personally had a lot of fun with it. Yeah, it's a very fun, upbeat dance song. 4 chorus, that sounds great. The flow is great too. The bridge though, we gotta credit the bridge here though as well. That high note, that was awesome. That was really good. I'm definitely very positively surprised by this. Or what means surprised, right? Like I didn't hear any bad things before, and so it was a very positive first impression. That was very enjoyable, and I'm not sure if I will react to their first mini album or if I would just dive into it myself and just enjoy it, you know? Like, that's sometimes the thing, right? When I react to something, it's always a different feeling to when I just dive into something. And I feel like if the album goes into a direction like the title track, right? So just lean back, don't think about it too much, just fun and vibe with us type of style, then it's probably generally better to approach the album in just that way, right? To just put on the album, just listen to it without thinking about it too much or talking about it, and just enjoy the fun vibes, okay? But yeah, that was very solid, right? It was, like mentioned, very refreshing, bright concept. The music video wasn't anything too crazy, but it looked great for what it was. This is a very solid debut, and I think this is definitely something you can build on, right? Like mentioned, the numbers don't lie. The numbers were quite successful for the debut, and I think they have a bright future ahead of themselves. I enjoyed this. Tempest, bad news. Even though the title says bad news, this was not bad at all. It was very enjoyable. I had a lot of fun with it. And I'm excited to see what the future has in store for them. Probably will be having one comeback at least this year down the road. So we'll be checking it out for sure. And yeah, that was great. We're moving over to our second 2022 debut we're checking out today, and this is a very interesting case because the next one is XJ. We will see in a moment, I think. What really intrigued me about this is the company this time around, because it's a global girl group on the XGALX, which, if I am not mistaken, is a partner company. Now, YG Entertainment and Japanese comedy AVEX Group have partnered up to debut XG. So YG teamed up with another Japanese company to make this girl group, which now probably works, I think, similar to Nitsuyu of JYP. So basically a K-J-pop group, right? That basically goes for both things. That, like, on paper really intrigues me, and they debuted with their song Tippy Toes. Okay, we have 7 members overall. We have Yurin, Chisa, Kokona, Hinata, Maya, Yuria, and Harvey. They've been preparing since 2017? Holy shit, that's 5 years. What the hell? We're going through. Okay. One thing I see already though. Yeah. Okay. Enough on paper. No idea what to expect either, right? Like, this came, even though, like mentioned, it has been prepared since 2017 apparently. I didn't really hear anything beforehand, and then I saw it drop and I was like, oh, that's interesting. I think we'll check that out in the future. And the future is now, which is why up the topping and start the reacting. XG or XG, however they pronounce it, was released on give me the number, March 18th, sitting at 16 million views already. Let's check it out. Very into good.
On your tippy toes. Watch the way we move, the way we rip, the way we glow. They ain't ready for us, we about to rip the game. On the back of us, they follow like a choo-choo train. This reality, yeah, we major league. Everything we do is worthy of a gallery. We gon' whisper to you, super quiet, about to show them who's in charge, taking over with the pilots. Taking the lead, bringing the heat in. Head to the sky.
Lots of English, but I'm really digging the lyrics. But the beat though.
Tippy toes. Gonna keep you on your tippy toes.
Well, I'm expecting a very flourished second half of the chorus. Come on. Come on.
Gonna keep you on your tippy toes.
Come on, give me that second chorus.
That's the way it goes. Gonna keep you on your tippy toes.
And enough for now. Ooh. Good chorus section though.
Bad gals on the rise, you a nuisance.
Her delivery. Really? I really dig the delivery on this. It's a whispery tone. Ooh, the lyrics. I love how we have like which is very gritty bass for the verse picture. It don't go to this more brighter electronic tone for the pre-chorus build up. But then this anti-drop. I'm waiting for that second chorus. Come on. You gotta give it to me. Come on. Or a big explosive finale. Oh, but this beat picture is so interesting though. This beats. It's so simple, but like, I don't think I'm getting it right. Nah, I don't think I'm getting it. The imagery in that video. Okay. They didn't say their name right. I can't tell right now if it's now XG or XG, right? We have always a different name of pronouncing the X in many groups. But okay. So the thing for me is honestly, like it was obviously the approach they wanted to go, right? The producer said, you know what? We want the song to be, or end up being, very one-linear in its volume, right? Because I really anticipated by the way the build-up was done and the way the chorus was done, that we would be having a very big, explosive, tempo increase in a second half where we then go out a bit more with more powerful, energetic vocals, right? Like that's how often these type of songs go. Didn't happen because instead we really kept this very chill, low tune, like very, very whispery and arrogant delivery all the way through, right? Like the delivery of the members here, this was really, really, I think arrogant is really a good adjective to use here, right? Like with confidence and everything, you know, like a bit of violent too in some way, like passive aggressive violence, you could technically say, right here with the knife, and at the end here with putting the flowers into the coffin and everything. I really dig that imagery. I really dig that tone of the, you know, of the idea behind the song, right? But like for me personally, on now a musical on a musical basis, for me now as somebody that not only reacts to stuff but also wants to enjoy to listen to music, I feel like this might be a bit too linear for me to probably listen to this a lot, right? Because like mentioned, the chorus is really like a big anti-drop, right? Because it really felt like we're moving on to a big chorus, or at least a big second section after we had, like mentioned already, this very slow, very whispery delivery for the verses. Then we got it brighter for the pre-chorus, and you're expecting like a now more powerful drop now, because the beat definitely could have been done in such a way, or because then, like mentioned, we do it for the second half. Neither happened, so there it's kind of like, I wouldn't say wasted potential, because again, that's just what they wanted to do for the song, right? That was their intention, that was the goal, that was their idea behind the song, to do the chorus this way. And they did it, and therefore made the song, like mentioned, is a very linear idea, and some will really love it. Can definitely see how some people may absolutely love this. For me, it's probably not my favorite thing, you know, because I kind of like, it's a bit too uneventful then, basically, for me at the end of the day, right? Where the song then maybe lacks a bit of spark to really capture me long term, to really make me go, oh my god, I need to listen to this again and again and again. But like mentioned, I definitely see a lot of positives in this nonetheless. Like mentioned, the delivery from the members, you know, their confidence, their tone, the way this entire thing was just instigated. Like just look at this image alone, right? You have a lot to build on here. Basically, you have a lot to work around, like a lot of positives that can make future comebacks even better. But like for me, like mentioned, this is probably like at the end of the day not my favorite taste of song. But that's okay, you know. Not every song needs to be exactly my favorite. Or like, not every song type needs to be exactly my favorite. Can still appreciate it for what it is. Taking an approach, a short, on point, very low toned, gritty banger. Yeah, gritty bass, confident lyrics, a bit of a passive aggressive, violent undertone in the lyrics too, or in the music video at least. It was really cool. That was still very cool, right? But like mentioned, definitely needed a bit more spark to really excite me in a way where I will go, oh my god, definitely gotta re-listen to this again. Still like the style of it, still like what they did here, and I think also a group to look out for, to see whatever, like to be excited about when they come back, because you can go like, hey, I really dig their debut, so let's see how the first coming is looking like. And I think that's definitely the case here. So XG, or you know, like mentioned, no idea how we pronounce it exactly. Enjoyable debut. Not entirely my favorite thing, but still enjoyable. I'm looking forward to more of them, right? Because all of them are pretty young as well, so they have a lot to still showcase us. You know, we see the potential already, and we have not even fully capitalized it yet, and we're about to reach that point within the future. Let's look forward to that, as we can now also look forward to the next group on our lineup for today, which is Class C and their debut music video, Shutdown. And they are now the winning lineup out of the, I think, My Teenage Girl survival show. And y'all know me, I'm not usually a big fan of the survival shows, or like I generally don't watch them. The only reason I like caught wind of this at all was because Zoyeon was a mentor on that show, and she's one of my favorites, so I just caught up with that a little bit, right? Or just caught a bit of wind of it. One thing I do definitely gotta say though straight away, let me see, gotta check that quickly beforehand. 7-member girl group, Hyungseo, Chaewon, Hyuju, Riwon, Jimin, Boyeon, and Seonyu. And one thing I obviously wanted to see, yeah, that's what I expected. The members are insanely young, right? What? 2008? Wait, are they 13? 14. Or some, are they 14? 14, I think, right? Yeah, like that's always the thing, right? I talk about it every single time we react to groups like these, and I generally think that's why I before, and also when I looked at the survival show itself, went like, no, why? Because it's too young, y'all. Please, K-pop, stop debuting girls and boys at such ages, right? Because our final lineup, also our final group later on, TNX or TNX, also nearly debuted like a 13, 12-year-old or something like that. So, I would probably still be entertained and everything, and they would still have talent and whatnot, but it's too young. It's too young, y'all. It's just this industry just needs to stop with it. But nonetheless, we should look forward to it nonetheless, because I still heard positive things about it. So let's check it out. Classy and their debut music video, Shutdown. Let's check it out. I only know one thing before, and that is that the director or producer is the same as PTT. That's what I read. Yeah, that checks out. Wait, why are there zombies? Yeah, but the beat definitely goes into a similar direction. Look at this pre-chorus though. Hype chorus. Very hype chorus. Woo! Yeah, but you definitely hear out that it's the same producer. Okay, he's actually quite hilarious. Kind of reminds me actually of Shaun of the Dead. Fantastic movie. The opening scene of it. Ooh, but I love this pre-chorus. The way we enter in there. Yeah. That pre-chorus build-up is fantastic. Very melodic. I'm still trying to figure out the zombie concept though. The chorus is so hype though. Like they definitely have the vocal tone for it to pull it off. Giving up the energy for the bridge. This MV though, what the hell actually? Like in a good way. Now the bassy. That's pretty entertaining. That's catchy though. Down, shut down.
Hey, just come to me.
Ooh, wait, what? What did you do? That's... I don't know. But... okay. Wait, but... I couldn't focus on the lyrics too much because it was like very... Yeah, that's a pretty fun shot actually. Pause on for a moment. Because it was very captured on the music video. But like... Why a zombie apocalypse as MV? And I didn't really see the connection here, but either way, it doesn't really matter. I guess it was really entertaining nonetheless. And like mentioned, kind of reminded me of Shaun of the Dead because there was also like for the opening scene where you know the main character goes like buying stuff and just normal days usual and doesn't even realize that around him is a zombie apocalypse at the moment going on, and he was solo with them just ignoring the zombies and just walking and everything. It was pretty funny. So the music video, even though it's obviously a CGI festival, which is okay to me, right? I love Marvel movies, so I can't complain about CGI music videos, right? Still very fun, right? It was very refreshing, entertaining, was very enjoyable to watch. The song itself, now obviously due to the fact that it has the same producer as Luna's PTT, I think it was a good thing to know that beforehand that he was a producer on that. It's obviously very similar, right? If I wouldn't have known that before, I would have definitely said that as first thing after the reaction. I would have said, wow, this sounds like very, 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 very similar to Paint the Town, but this way it obviously makes sense. Now, question is though obviously if that's a smart thing to do, right? To have to take a producer and basically have him redo one of his previous songs. Like it's not an exact copy and everything, but like the the sound elements used and the tone and tempo of it, it's very similar, right? So it's kind of a bit of a weird choice to say, yeah, we will debut now our new girl group by basically a song that feels like a remake of a song that isn't even a year old yet. That's a bit of an odd decision, but the song for what it is nonetheless really works for me, because I love Paint Your Talent, right? So the tempo of this, the energy of this, the vocal pitch of this, it really speaks to me. The pre-chorus is a very lovely build-up. The way we enter into the pre-chorus was excellent. The bridge that keeps the energy and tempo live there also comes in really well. It's just a very well produced debut overall, both visually and sonically. I think the music video, like mentioned, was very entertaining and like fun enough to like excite the viewer to watch it again, right? That's one of these things that music videos are supposed to achieve, to make you watch the video again before it, basically, if it isn't for the song. Or basically to just make it go, yeah, watch it with the music video instead of just on Spotify, because the music video was that fun. But the song itself, like mentioned, also really worked for what it was. Solid debut, right? Like, there's nothing really I can like negatively pinpoint out here. Fun and enjoyable music video, you know, definitely not the norm. Like, it's very entertaining. The song itself worked for them as well. I don't know obviously yet how this will feel on stage for them, if they're comfortable with the song and everything there, but like, it's a solid debut. I don't know yet though if they have like a very similar or if they will be like all the other produced show groups, so that they only are like active together for 2 years and then they all go into different groups again. No idea about that, but I feel like they're like mentioned extremely young, right? 14, 15, 16 years old and all that kind of stuff. So I think this as now as a debut, I think it's totally tame and fun enough for that, right? Because it's also something I always want companies to look out for them, at least when they debut very young girls and boys, that they at least have the concepts fitting for them. And I think this was a very fun concepts to debut with. That was very enjoyable. Classy, shut down music video. I felt very entertained by it. Might check out the mini album for myself as well. Dig what I see here. I'm excited to see what the future has in store for them, because like mentioned, that future is still very long, given how young they are, right? But yeah, we are finishing up our 2022 K-pop debut mashup reaction video with today's debut. Yeah, that was the one I was waiting for, basically, to now react to everything in one together, which is TN. Here we go at it again. X or X, TNX. TNX. I know that it's supposed to mean the new 6. I think that's the name. And their newest, or what means newest, their debut title track, Move. And why are they so interesting on paper? We already see it on the bottom left corner. They are Psy's first boy group, P Nation's first boy group. Extremely intrigued by that to see how we will do here, because everything I've seen from P Nation thus far, like production wise, was always quality. So now them also having their own boy group, very intrigued, very excited. So let's stop the talking, let's start reacting our final 2022 K-pop debut of the day, TNX X, and their debut title track, Move. Let's go. Let's check it out.
Everybody, let's get started. Ain't gonna stop, good까지. Get out of my way, we're just moving on.
Oh, I didn't check the names, but
비켜.
ooh!
Hey. We gotta make it louder. We P Nation.
Ooh, badass look with the bow and arrow.
다 같이 moving like that. 손 들고 make it poppin'. Just let him know, here we go. Let him know, here we go. Here we go, here we go. Hey. 자리 박 차고 나서 제대로 등장하면 nice 전부 멈춰 그대로 우리 목표는 확고해. We all the way up.
Ooh, digging this visual concept though, with this underground facility basically. It looks great. I'm thinking the orange on it. Ooh. Ooh, I love this pre-chorus. That pre-chorus is excellent. Woo! It's a very classic drop chorus, right? But it works. Whoa! Military drums to this. I've been drums to snares. Ooh. That second verse was excellent. The way we switched the beat up in there was so cool. And now back to this very... Now this melodic cooldown chorus straight afterwards. Ooh, this is good. Back to the classical instrument for the bridge. Woo! And fresh, thinking the outfits. Just seeing him walking. Okay. They are. Okay. No, we did what that was supposed to indicate. But alright. That was very, very solid right there. Initiate reaction is definitely that this feels like a very classic K-pop song, especially a very classic boy group song, but I still think it had enough identity and self in there to entertain me a lot, right? Like it was mentioned, very classic song and construction in a sense of, you know, more rap-filled verses, pre-chorus, and then like a very boom, classic, heavy drop with a more full second section. I think especially P Nation just does these drop choruses a lot. But this was actually like, actually I think Jesse and Hyuna do these a lot, right? The drop choruses with then go into the core and everything, because they're generally more dance performance in that sense. But here we had like lyrics in there as well and everything. So like the chorus still felt full enough, despite it being like mentioned a drop chorus. But what I really gotta say is that it just enjoyed the entire thing together, right? Like this entire underground facility thing really gives you big Resident Evil vibes, right? Like Remake 2 down when you then go into the final section of the game and everything gives me off those feelings, and that's obviously a plus for me. I dig their charisma, right? Like just generally the entire visual impression on their performing and on them visually here in this MV was very, very solid, right? Nothing really to complain about. The song itself, like mentioned, it goes hard. It goes hard, right? The chorus drop is heavy. The verses are fun and engageable. The verses in there, the verses are just really, really cool. Especially the second section though was definitely my favorite. But I want to especially pinpoint out that pre-chorus. The way we go more into the vocals here. Way up, way up, way up. That was cool. The way we also have like first one member, then like get echoed like way up, way up, way up, way up, you know. Was also a nice touch. But like we have like mentioned these very aggressive toned verses, but then to like mention this very lovely pre-chorus, which makes just a big switch. It like really makes the pre-chorus stand out a lot, but also just helps in then making the chorus drop just feel much more satisfying, right? The second verse was awesome. The trumpets in there now, both the trumpets and the drum snares now really go into the military theme, right? To really give that second verse a cool personality switch. The flow in general was just really dope too. This is just solid all around. Oh, and the way the drums in here kick in at the end of the verse, like. And then into that pre-chorus. This song is just very well produced. As mentioned, P Nation have really been only seen positive things from them I've checked out thus far, and this is one of them. Way up. It's a very solid song. It's like mentioned a very classic boy group sound, but it's just so well produced, right? There's just nothing to complain about really. La 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 la. On my way. Bit catchy too, and sing alongable. We now use, like mentioned, more classical instruments again. The high note transition into now the more slower drums to give more room for the dance break. The bridge was actually pretty short in comparison to the pre-chorus and everything, but it still does its job. It still does its job. Okay. I'm really satisfied with this. I think this was a very solid debut. Like that's the thing for me right now. There's really nothing I can pinpoint out negatively. I think this is, like mentioned, a very classic boy group sound, but it's just so well produced that there's just literally nothing I can negatively point out. It's just quality all around. But now obviously, that's the second part, because it's such a very classic boy group sound. Obviously now the thing is how remarkable is this song and the debut. You know, how much does it stand out in comparison to everything else that is also, like mentioned, to this very heavy classic boy group sound. From what I've listened to now thus far, I really enjoyed it. I, like mentioned, really dig the flow. The pre-chorus was especially excellent. I think the pre-chorus is my favorite part of the song. The chorus is, like mentioned, a very classic drop chorus, but still was catchy for what it was. I think for me, really time will show whether or not the song like really stands out for me or not. As mentioned, nothing to complain about. It is really well produced and everything, but because it is such a safe route to take, basically, you know, such a safe sonical concept to take, it really will depend on re-listens whether or not this is a debut in a song that, like, really at the end of the year when I go for everything, will I be like, oh wow, that song especially stood out for me there, right? That's definitely something that time will show. It's solid nonetheless. I think this is definitely a very good way to debut, and I think this definitely just leaves room for so much more, right? This is the debut. They have so much more potential to showcase, and so many more concepts and sides of them to showcase in the future. So I think as classic, the concept is still absolutely great. Was very entertained by both the song and the music video. I see a lot of good things for these boys in the future, and I'm excited to be here and check it out alongside y'all. And yeah, this is it with today's special 2022 K-pop debuts reaction mashup video. I had a lot of fun with this. I enjoyed it a lot, and I hope you guys enjoyed my reactions. If you did, glad if you like down below to show me that you did. What are your thoughts on the 4 debuts we've checked out today? Which one of them is your favorite? What other debuts that happened to see you already, or some that I will 100% need to check out down the road as well? Gladly tell me all about it down below in the comments as well. And as always, if you enjoy what I'm doing, if you want to support me, then you can gladly leave us up as well, or support me on Patreon. It would help me a lot. So yeah, we will definitely be checking out these groups again whenever they have their first comeback. We will be probably checking out more debuts as time comes around. And other than that, we have a lot of other great K-pop content coming up. Another K-pop mashup just this Friday, where we check out 4 boy groups that have a comeback this week that we've never checked out before. So that's going to be very exciting. And other than that, a lot of other K-pop content coming up. So whatever content you may be interested in, whatever content you may watch it in for, I will see you again soon on this channel. Stay safe, have and happy. Have a great time. Have a great remaining week. And see you again soon with more K-pop debuts or other K-pop reactions. Thank you so much for watching.